before the end of this 30 days challenge. Please do what you can do best. But even if it doesn't click, or even if you don't get a call from employer or this, keep doing it. You may not be happy, but keep doing it. There are times you will be depressed. Keep doing it. Sorry, let me chip this. When I was in the UK, I looked for a job for 6 months. Yeah, 5 to 6 months. Even though sometimes tears would be in my eyes, I'll still be applying. Indeed, yeah, Indeed was my very good website then. It was my very good website. I will apply and apply and apply, apply till I applied for the one I did before I relocated to Canada. That one I applied for that called me, even while I was in Canada, they were still paying me because the kind of contract I signed with them was that when I go on holidays, they will keep paying me for like maybe the next 5, 6 months. So when I was in Canada, I was still getting a lot from my previous place of work. So that wasn't referral at all. It was not referral, but because different applications, just keep putting it. Not that others didn't call me, but that was the one I could do comfortably. You understand? So when you have applied and applied, you start don't just rest. That's why I like Indeed platform. When you apply using Indeed platform, after like 2, 3 weeks, they would send you a mail like to follow up. You need to follow up. You need to follow up because yes, they could call you, but once you have waited, you can just have a customized message for follow up. Like, hi there, I'm reaching out to you to follow up on my application, or I'm hoping to hear from you soon. Just have it. This one now you are not referring to any company, it's just one generic message you can send to different. So you follow up, you take your time on that. So I've ever done one, it's not application. There was a brand I influenced for. They reached out to me after like 2, 3 months. I didn't hear anything. So I was just going through my mail. I said, these people didn't reach out to me. I just sent a follow-up message. They replied me and I influenced for that brand at the end of the day. You understand? So there is need to follow up because you are not the only one submitting application. You are not the only person submitting application. So it's now more of a game of survival of the fittest. So you need to prove to them that you really need this job. You really, really need this job. So you need to follow up. So while following up, also prepare yourself for interviews. You can't just follow up and what if they call you now? Are you ready for the interview? So you need to prepare yourself for interview. This you can meet your senior colleagues, people that are already there or that have been there. Okay, what is required? What do you think I should do? So you need to prepare for interviews. They will definitely send you a mail ahead or give you a call ahead. Or when will you be ready for interviews? So as soon as they call you, prepare yourself. Go and research the company or the organization. Go and know about them. Go and know what they are into. Because when you apply for many jobs like that, you may not even know the ones you've applied for. It has happened to me. So you need to get a diary. Oh, I applied for this. I applied for this. Because one will definitely call you. Just have that faith. One will call you. So go and research about that company, know their strength, know their the number of staffs they have. You need to know um what just go Google questions. A very good platform for that. I mentioned it in that video where I talked about scam is Reddit. Reddit. If you have not subscribed to that app, subscribe. It's where you meet similar people in your similar situation. So you can just say, oh, go to Reddit. I trust the Reddit very well, but then there are still some wrong persons there. Just go to Reddit, type it. Oh, I got a call, I got a message from this app. Is it genuine? First of all, you need to know how genuine the company is. Okay, if it's genuine, okay, what should I be expecting? One or two persons will respond to you. One or two persons will respond to you. So you can use Reddit, you can use Glassdoor. But whatever it is, any employer asking you to drop money before you are employed, no go there. Oh. Don't go there. Even Canada government is against it. That any employer that is meeting you or telling you you need to pay so money, even if it's $5, don't go. Because you are looking for a job. Where do they think you should get the money? Let's leave that one. So you need to prepare yourself, okay? Then after that, you also need to check if that company is the one that has LMI. I've talked so much about LMI on this channel. So LMI means Labor Market Impact Assessment. Is a document an employer needs to have in order to be able to employ foreigners or someone from outside of Canada. It's not enough for them to call you for interview or this. Try to know if this employer can employ a foreigner or can employ a foreign worker. Because if the person doesn't have LMIA and if the job is the type that requires LMIA and the employer doesn't have it, then it's as good as you not going for the job. Okay? Yeah, we have some jobs that are genuine. We have some employers that have applied for this LMIA. We have some that have it already. And I also have that video on this channel, how to know employers with LMIA. You can know when you go to Canada Job Bank, you will see it there. If their status is showing green, it means they can employ a foreign worker. If their status is showing, I think, orange, maybe, yeah, it means it's pending. Then if their status is showing red, it means they don't have. So while you are also trying to apply for jobs, check the status. If you don't know how to do it, I have that video on this channel, how to know um, uh, companies with LMI. But if the job you want to apply for is the type that with or without LMI you can apply, then go ahead. We have a list of them. Jobs that you don't require LMI to get the job, then go for it. Okay, so all these things you should bear it in mind. Okay, so when you have achieved that, you need to start exploring specific immigration programs. Well, let me tell you before I explain this, let me tell you the consequence of you not obeying the rules of LMI and non-LMI. If you are the type that wants to use job offer to come into Canada and you are not given the LMI, or it's not an employer with LMI that employed you, it will hinder your stay here in Canada, because 85% looking for job in Canada from outside of Canada want to use it to jackpot into Canada. Let's face facts. So if that employer cannot give you what you should use to apply for work permits, then there's no need. So that's the implication for that. So you need to also explore specific immigration programs. So if you're a job seeker, there are some job programs. I think I mentioned a couple a few months ago on my channel when I talked about the Grand Prix, um, the talent, global talents, something something. So try to take advantage of all those programs, especially if you are outside of Canada. Some of these programs, they do it virtually, so you don't really have to be here to attend. While some you need to be on ground, like the career fair. There's also one that is very common. I can't remember now. Maybe when I remember, I would let you know. There's one that is very Eventbrite. So you need to check to know when next they are going to be having their job fair. Who knows? An employer may just find you very interesting and give you the job. You get. So you need to explore those ones. And again, don't forget the place of language proficiency. That's talking about English or French. Although it may sound like a weak point, but sometimes employers look at those things. If you have it, it means you are more proactive. They want to say, this person has his language test already. It doesn't matter if it's French or English. And if you are now bilingual, the way Canada is going now, it's almost like in the future, French and English languages will now be the same, like the same percentage. For now, English is still topping. But the way it's going, because the new rules now that you need language test and the rest and the rest, it's okay. So you will need your language proficiency. It could be an added advantage for you, because you want to give the employer every reason he or she should employ you. So you want to meet all the requirements. So you will have your language proficiency, your credentials. So that reminds me, if you are planning to apply for a job in Canada from outside of Canada and that job is regulated, You know what regulated means? Is a professional job, which means you need a license for the job, e.g., engineering. Don't neglect that license part and say, oh, you want to apply directly, because sometimes it could be a requirement. You need to get a license, okay? So that you can do by applying to the province where you want to apply for the job. And most of these licenses are transferable. For example, if I obtained my engineering license in Saskatchewan, and I want to move to Alberta, maybe it will not look as if I'm starting from the scratch. I could just pay some fee, maybe do a little exam. I'm just saying. So there are most of these licenses are things you can transfer to another province. So don't neglect that aspect. But if your job is the type that does not require licensing, then good for you. So how do you know jobs that are professionals? You can check your NOCs. NOCs. Put your job, the title of your job. So it will tell you the duties, and it will also let you know if you will require a license. But engineering, doctor, you know, teacher, those occupations need licensing. So I'll be ending this video here, and I want to hear your testimony. Go do all these things. When you do them, pray and give it time. You know, you need to give all these things time. It's not immediately you will start saying. In fact, when you start receiving emails, you self you'll be tired. It may even be the one you applied for 4 months ago. They will not be replying to you now. So that's how all these things work. Yeah, so I can't wait to hear the good news from you. And trust me, anything good for you, I will always bring it to this channel. Thanks so much for staying till this time. I know the video was a bit lengthy, but I also believe that it was helpful. So don't forget to give this video a like, and do not also forget to share this video. You may not need it, but someone close to you may need it. So please don't forget to share it. And if you haven't clicked the subscribe button yet, please do. See you all in my next one. Bye.